All right, man, we are live and it is the halfway mark giveaway tonight.
Yeah, time somebody to get a good bottle. Cheers, y'all.
Somebody is going to get a good bottle tonight. Now, we are going to have samples that we're going to do here in a little bit, but that does not go toward the wheel tonight because it takes me too long to load the wheel on the day of. So let me give you a peek at the wheel.
You know,
That's going to come later. Now, we're going to get through these hashtags tonight, but here's what the wheel looks like right now. It is it has 1,774 entries on it, so we are not going to be able to discern individual names on there. But what I've done, so I don't get them mixed up, is I changed the background color. For now, I don't have anything on it right now, but it's coming later when I make the wheel good. But it's got a lighter blue background for the samples. So there we go. We've got that all ready to go. Now, I do need to explain some rules here. And I may do it again later on when we get more people in here because we've been having some new people show up. And I just want to make sure everyone's comfortable with the rules and how this stuff goes. And I want them to be comfortable putting in hashtags and going for these prizes. So the hashtags are for the regular quarterly drawing. And the next regular quarterly drawing is going to be on September 5th. So, we're about not quite a month and a half away from it, right? So it's coming up. And then what we do is at 8 p.m., I say put me in, and everybody types put me in, and everybody gets 2 entries on that. But the hashtags give you a chance to get more entries, and all of this is free. It doesn't cost a darn thing to go for that. And it starts, and if you win the first one, you get 4 entries, and then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then number 1 is 14 entries. You can win multiple times. You can combine and win, say, 6 and 10, and you'll have 16 entries. If it lands on somebody, I do spin again, but you do get those entries. So I just want to make sure everybody's clear about this with the rules. Now, with the sample giveaway and this halfway mark giveaway, we're giving away full bottles, and they're around $90 a pop, for this bottle. So, and the shipping and all associated with that. So these are Super Chat, Super Sticker only. And the way we do those is we'll show you the samples. $1 gets you 2 entries. It gets you 2 entries for tonight and also 2 entries toward the next halfway mark giveaway. And you get the same 2 entries on the regular quarterly drawing. So you get 3 ways to win off those. So what are we playing for on the quarterly drawing? It's 24 nose and kit, 3 sample bourbons, a Bourbon Bounty logo glass with a bamboo topper that we can also laser engrave with your name or whatever, your initials, whatever custom thing you want on top of it, as long as that thing is not copyrighted. So we're not going to do, like a McDonald's logo or something on there for you because we don't want to get in trouble. But as long as it doesn't use a copyright or a copyrighted image or something like that, we can put it on there. If you have a YouTube channel and you can send me a PNG image or whatever of your logo for your channel, I can put that on top as well. So someone actually one time and said, "Hey, can you just put Bourbon Bounty logo on top of it?" And I did and sent it to them. So that's what they wanted. So we can do all those types of things. So with that, let's go ahead, and I've got to get this first hashtag ready because we got to get this show on the road because we have 2 drawings at the end of the show to do, one for tonight's samples and one for the halfway mark giveaway.
Yep. And by the way, on the halfway mark giveaway, I've got 3 different Still Austins that you can pick from if you want that. That's what you're wanting. One of them is the newest Nancy pick. This is June, and I believe it's 5-year-old stuff now. I have the blue corn, still Austin. This is from lat 2023, and then I have the newest red corn release from still Austin, which is 5-year-old bottle and bond.
All right, let me write Bourbon Syndicate down here. And I'll tell you this. If you'd rather have the blue corn or what was the other one, red corn?
Yep. Blue, red,
either of those two, they come in about $10 cheaper than the Nancy pick. So $80 instead of $90. We base the drawing on the $90 bottle plus shipping. If you select one of those, I will send you a 4 sample pack of North Carolina bourbons as well.
Oh, nice. Okay, that'll help. That'll work.
Yeah. So, and they'll be 2-ounce samples.
Even better.
Yeah. Oh, I got to write Kathy down here. So, and we'll make this wheel good here in a little bit. But for right now, I am about to play the hashtag intro because we're going to talk about tonight 10 things you need to consider if you plan or have a desire to buy a barrel of whiskey. All right. So consideration number 1, I'm going to bring it up here and then I'm going to put the hashtag like I always do down here and actually hit enter. I'm going to get Cody O down here and then we're going to discuss this a little bit. You cannot buy a barrel legally directly from a distillery as a consumer, right? Distilleries can only legally sell to a distributor who can then sell directly to a retailer or liquor store, and then they sell to you. Let me get Bourbon Nerd down here. So that's consideration number 1, and we'll get more into it here in a little bit. But that is number 1. So if you want to buy a barrel, don't go calling distilleries saying, "Hey, can I buy a barrel from you?" Because it's not going to work.
Right? Yeah.
So there we go. And we got the hashtags coming in and we've got the entries coming in. And while we're at it, I'm going to go ahead and start making the wheel right now because we got several in here already.
Okie dokie. Yeah, no problem. Oops, wrong one. Here we go. Let's see. There's give a few shout outs to bro, Bourbon Syndicate. Rusty is in. Kathy Bates, of course. Mr. Fulton Mraz. Let's see. Got the Hampton County Special Olympics softball team called the Rockin' Rookies. Yeah, pretty good name.
Okay. There was a bar close to my parents' house called the Rockin' Rooster.
Let's see. I seen Sugar Kitty, Peter White. Cheers. Lori's in here, of course.
All right, and then
I think I saw Big Daddy in there somewhere too. Yeah, there's Big Daddy H.
Let me get YKB down here. Kathy puts in for him. All right, now, Bourbon Nerd. There we go.
Cody O. Yep, seen him too.
Yeah, and I do have Cody O in there.
Oh, by the way, what you sipping on right now? I'm sipping on a little bit of Still Austin, the rye, the 100% rye one.
I got that.
That's quite tasty. Yep, that's good stuff right there.
All right, wheel's good.
All right, cool.
All right, I'm back. Okay, so what I'm sipping on right now is I'm getting my palate ready. I've got a little palate prepper here in the form of Breckenridge from Colorado.
Oh.
Now, this is only 86 proof. right? So
Yep.
86 proof, but I can tell you this packs a better flavor profile than Basil Hayden's.
Yeah.
But if you want something really light just to start off with, this is a good one. Because I'll tell you what happened. I was trying to get these samples ready, and I'm going through all my sample bottles, and I ordered more sample bottles, and we were
Hmm.
ordering those boxes and sending stuff out, and I went to throw the empty box away, and I was like, something's still in here. Well, these little dark blue bottles they didn't show up. I couldn't see them, and I was like, this box is heavier on one side than the other. And that was back from when I went to Arkansas. So I'm going to drink these samples tonight. It's one of those, like you like in the winter, you put like a $20 bill in your lapel pocket of your coat, and then you take it off for the summer. And then next fall, you pull the coat back out and you find the 20. Yeah, that's kind of what this was. Yeah.
I might have to start doing that with my suit coats. Don't wear a suit very often, so when I do, I can reach in the pocket and go, oh, look, $100 bill. Nice.
Man, when I was single,
Saving money.
Living in Texas there, up in the Addison area in Texas, gosh, I would go out all the time, and we would take turns driving. And we didn't have Uber and Lyft back then, but you could get a taxi and take you home or whatever. And man, I was so loose with stuff. And one year in the fall, I pulled one of my jackets out, and I found $40 in different pockets.
Nice.
And it was a lighter weight jacket, and it had the zippers. It had double pocket, down here, and it had the regular pocket, and then you had a zipper if you want to put gloves in there and zip them up where they won't fall out.
Yeah.
And I found money stuffed in those zipper pockets.
Nice.
And so I was like, dang, that's $40. And then about a month later, I pulled my heavy coat out, and I found another $100.
Heck yeah. Savings plan.
Yeah.
I was like, cash straight right. Let me look at that right here real quick.
But I knew where that 100 came from because I was playing poker the year before, and we were throwing money around on the table, and I ended up winning a few things and playing like we start off with like $10, and play till you're broke or you win.
There you go. Yeah, I do have a cast strength Still Austin Rye back there. It's about half empty though.
All right, so I'm going to start off on the Marty samples here with the Green River Rye.
Oh, okay.
95 proof. And the reason I'm going with it is because it's 95 proof. Because I have a Russell Foundation 5-year at 100, and then a John Conley Rye at 114. So I'm going to start with the lighter one.
Yeah. The Green River Rye I have not had yet. I've got the wheated, the full proof, and the regular bourbon. It's the only 3 that I have from Green River right now.
All right. Well, of course, there's some residual in the glass from, but that Breckenridge is pretty lightweight. It's not gonna. What's up, Becca?
That one I've never heard of. Crittenden's Tokai Cash.
That's a floral rye.
Okay. Yeah. Heard of that one.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of that funk note to it, but not as bad as some. That strain of rye, at least it's sweet enough, to combat some of the bitterness.
Yeah.
In my line of work, we go, well, used to before when we were in office and everything before COVID and all, vendors would come by, or we would go out to like a presentation lunch, with vendors and things, and they would try to get all fancy and serve real fancy food. And they brought out a salad and it had flower petals on it.
Yeah.
I am not a fan of that at all.
Some of them are actually pretty tasty.
Yeah.
I've had a few different ones that have, flower petals on it, but they're mainly for looks than anything.
But they were bitter. Like some of them were bitter. I was like, if you're gonna put flower petals on a salad, don't go pick bitterweed out the backyard.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, Becca tried one of them samples.
Mm.
Those, I think. Did you send her those?
Maybe. I don't remember, but I do remember
So.
that my alarm just went off, so I need to spin this.
All right.
So let me present this screen right quick, and we will StreamYard giveaway. And I know TTTS. It does not spell the other one. Anyway, good luck, everybody. This is worth 4 entries to the quarterly drawing.
Close enough for me.
Boom. Oh, that doubles. Now Lori is here. If it lands on me, that's my Facebook one. So now it's worth 8 entries. It's worth 8. So here we go. If it lands on my Facebook one, it doubles. Peter White. All right. Congratulations.
All right. He was in there early.
+4. There it is. So he got 4 + 4. All right. I'll get this next one set up, and then we'll go over the next consideration before you run out and want to try to buy a barrel of whiskey.
There you go. That one's getting low.
And close to the end of it, I'll tell you why I haven't done it yet.
Because you don't need 20 cases of whiskey laying around the house?
Well, the prices vary.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Put it that way. Yeah.
Yeah. One barrel from Green River compared to, say, a barrel from like Purple Top Willet or something.
Uh-huh.
Or even for that matter, Wild Turkey or.
All right. So the next consideration is possibly partnering with an independent liquor store. So a lot of these independent liquor stores have distributor license or whatever. Like they distribute to themselves. They can go buy and stock their store. And they don't have to go through a distributor. The other thing that can do for you is if you're buying an entire barrel and you're going to get about 240 bottles or so out of it, or 230 or whatever you get, you only have to pay for half of it. The liquor store will take the other 120 or 10 or whatever bottles, and they'll stock it on their shelves, or have it in the back and then keep it stocked on the shelf to sell. And they want to put the pick on there or whatever. But that can get kind of messy too, because whose sticker goes on the back? Like 21090 had Pour Some Austin on me. Mm-hmm. Is the liquor store going to want it to be their pick labeled that way? Or are they going to let you have your name on there too? They're going to want, like, this was a between us and Bourbon Bounty, we picked this barrel type thing.
Yeah.
It would be like say it's B&B liquor or something like that. B&B and Bourbon Bounty. Well, B&B is not a good example because I'm BB Bourbon Bounty, but R&J liquor and Bourbon Bounty pick, something like that. But yeah,
cheers, Ben.
One thing to keep in mind: these barrels cost. Yeah, you'll see where they say, well, barrels range from around $5,000 up to about $27,000 whatever dollars for the barrel. That's not true. The moon is the limit on the price of these barrels. You're not going to get a barrel of Pappy, for that cheap. Now, and your $5,000 barrels, that's going to be your freaking bottom shelf crap.
Yeah.
Is that what you want? Do you want 100 bottles of bottom shelf shit, or do you want something good? Because if you do this, you can take these things, and we'll talk about all that, all the potential possibilities later, because you cannot sell them. But once we get down to the last part of the considerations, you'll see how this could work out, and you don't end up with you don't need a U-Haul truck to go get your bourbon.
Yeah. Or a forklift. Dang, that blend is mellowed in really nicely.
Oh, ABC. Oh, she got the nosing kit.
No, 3 samples. Started
A, B,
with
and
that
C.
A,
Started
which
with A because I
starts
told
with a
her.
small batch.
Yeah, I told her what they were. That's what it was.
Oh, okay.
I would have to look
I
in the
don't think.
notes.
Yeah, I think you sent her that one. The
Yeah, I did.
large
That
one.
was a nosing kit. She won the last quarterly drawing. I remember now. Gosh,
Okay.
everything kind of blurs together on this show. Good
Well,
thing I
no,
keep good notes.
yeah, she was talking about the samples. Different 3
Mm.
different samples, or that like we do now, the giveaway samples.
Yeah, yeah.
Which
No, no, no.
tonight, they're Texas whiskeys. I picked out 3 different Texas whiskeys.
But the A, B, and C, that comes with the nosing kit.
Oh, okay. Oopsie. Whiskey Uncensored, driving like always.
Oh well, legally. Okay, caveat. When I say you can't sell them legally. What's up, Tater Dom?
Hey, Titter Don. I mean, yes, there's ways around it, but yeah,
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
they because hey, Total Wine has barrel picks. My
Mm-hmm.
local Specs has barrel picks. Twin Liquors. All your major ones. But then again, a lot of your mom and pop ones too that are
Yeah.
fairly well off. They'll get a good barrel pick. That one little store I sent you to up north by Pflugerville area. Well, not
Mm-hmm.
Pflugerville, Round Rock. He does barrel picks too, but he does barrel picks like Four Gate and some of
Yeah.
your higher end type stuff too, which are not going to be cheap.
Yeah, I did the math on. I didn't have it on the slide, but I kind of did the math. I think once we get to the bottom, I think you'll like folks who've thought about it and maybe don't know the first thing about it. Maybe they'll have a little better idea of how to approach it, and that's all I was trying to get to. Because I've had some guys
Oh,
start my own.
on bourbon
Oh,
shelf.
bourbon shelf. Yeah. Let's start with little samples.
Top Dogs. No, Rusty, I don't have Top Dogs info.
Yeah, Gawani, I
Um,
haven't been able to get my hands on a Whistle Pig bourbon. I just haven't seen it anywhere. Around here, all I see on the shelf is the rye, and I don't like it. I don't like
I think I see it down here.
the Whistle Pig bourbon.
I think so. I'm
Yeah,
not sure. I've seen Whistle Pig quite often, like 6 and 8 or something like that, which I'm guessing is their bourbon. It may be of the rye though. I don't know. They put out a lot
if
of
it doesn't
rye.
say bourbon on it, it's rye.
Yeah. Rusty. Let's see. I can get you Shane's info, and then you can get it from him. Top Dog's info from Shane. Whiskey Uncensored. Oh, no, sorry, not Whiskey Uncensored. Mash and Metal.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you say Shane. I know 4
Whiskey
different
Wars.
Shanes.
Yeah, I know.
Well, Sean's Whiskey Wars.
Sean. Yeah, Sean
Yeah.
Jane. About the same to me.
Yeah, I try to keep it straight. This is what I tell people: if I get your name wrong or I can't remember your name, it takes me 4 times. 4 times. On the 4th time, we and not just meeting. I'm talking about communicating.
Mm-hmm.
Then after 4, if I don't remember your name after that, we have an issue. Yep, Big Daddy H in Arkansas.
I'm pretty bad with names myself, so unless I see you, like on the daily or weekly basis or something like that, pretty much. Yeah, that's kind of hard for me to remember a lot of people's names for some reason.
Man, that was a good. That was that little 95 or that rye. It grew on me as I drank it. I really don't like the too sweet, but I think it needed the sweet because it had a little floral note to it, and I think it came across a little better. I'm going to jump though. I'm going to go to the John Connolly 114 proof rye.
Okay. I don't know what the proof is on this one. I need to add it up, I guess.
Ooh, it's darker. I like that. All right. Our alarm's about to go off, so let me spin this thing. And StreamYard giveaway. Good luck, all 18 on the wheel. This is worth 5 entries. There's the alarm going off. Boom, Kathy Bates. Hey, Gawani, it's rigged, man.
Yeah. I'm with you there, Becca. Hey, you.
All right.
Yeah, you.
Now I'll set this next one up, and I'm going to start getting ahead on these a little bit. We'll try to get through most of them before the 8 o'clock hour because we have two spins to do. This is what you say to a stubborn horse right here. All right, next one is this. And you say, whoa. So another thing to consider, because you're going to end up, and one, it's expensive. And the other thing is you're going to end up with lots of bottles of bourbon, is to get with your friends and get about 5 or 6 friends to go in with you. There are some drawbacks we'll cover on the next slide, especially if you're also working with an independent liquor store, but we'll get into that on the next one. But dividing that cost down 5 or 6 ways really helps.
Oh, for sure.
And there's going to be plenty of bourbon or whiskey to go around, the 750. And caveat, when I say however many bottles, I'm talking 750 milliliters. That's what you're going to get.
Here in the U.S.
Here in the U.S.
Most other countries.
Wow, man. Let me tell you, I like that I like that other one, the Green River, but I like this John Connolly 114, and it actually drinks way less than that proof.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good ride right there.
Jody, what would you consider a good holiday pick?
For the holidays, something a little a lot more notes in it. I prefer around here I always get the Holland's Ghost, which is my favorite around Christmas time, and it just sits on my shelf all year, and then I pull it out around the holidays because it was bourbon finished in ardent stout barrels, so you're getting chocolatey creaminess off of it. You're getting that holiday heaviness, off of it. But another one that I like, and I know, we can split opinion on this, but things like the Calumet Farm 15 or 16, whatever. I like those more around the holidays because they're spicier. They're peppery. They have more pepper on the finish kick to them, things like that. Summer pours, I like to keep them a little lighter.
Oops, wrong way. Skipped again. Sip on it. Yeah.
Just sip on it. You can't appreciate it if you're just doing shots. You can't really appreciate it. It's just going to burn, and you're not really going to get the flavor. But you'll see me take a little sip. And a good whiskey is going to have more oils in it. And you know how like you put a drop of oil on your tongue, it spreads across your tongue. It gets displaced, and spreads. And a better whiskey is gonna flood your palate with just a sip. And that's the best way to do it. Enjoy the flavors. Since the wheel is rigged.
Yeah. All kinds of rigged.
Another thing to do is always have a little bottle of water around as you're sipping on them. It can help in between, especially in between different pours. It'll really help.
Yep. Well, that and some of your higher proof ones, if you're not real experienced with it, a few drops of water in it will really help open up the nose. That allow you to smell it better, and it will proof it down a little bit, so it's not like 114 or something. Proof it down to like say 100 or even in the 80s. A few extra drops of water, you can get it down to 90s, 80s proof.
Yeah, there was a guy. He took the Kentucky Spirit and the rare breed,
Hmm.
because they're the exact same mash bill. It's just the Kentucky Spirit is a lower proof, and the rare breed is the higher proof. And he measured it all out and added water to it and proofed it, down to the Kentucky Spirit proof. And for the cost, he actually ended up paying a little bit more for the rare breed, even when
Yeah.
he proofed it down.
Huh.
And so they charge a little bit more for that. It's probably because they're you talk about bulk, right? If I set up a bottling line and I spend all this time getting everything ready for that line, if I can pump out 1,000 or 5,000 bottles on that line before I have to change anything, and then if I switch it over to the higher proof stuff and I only get 1,200 bottles, it costs me more to set that line up for those 1,200
Yeah.
bottles than it did the 5,000.
Yeah. Exactly. Oh, bottle size. It's Lori. I think it's a 750. She's going to see if she can pick one of those up for Christmas.
Oh yeah, 750 milliliter. I mean, and some of the more expensive bourbons, you're not going to find them, especially ones with limited production, um, that aren't like huge, well-known names. You won't find airplane bottles. You won't find smaller bottles. They'll only sell in the 750 milliliter bottle.
Mm,
Now you get into these world famous, everybody knows the name of it type thing, then you can find smaller stuff in it.
yeah. Yeah. And even then, a lot of your whiskeys are not going to come in that little airplane bottle size, which is
Mm-mm.
kind of sad, because it would be nice to go to the store and snatch up 3 or 4 different ones to try them out before you spend the whole money on a full size bottle of it.
Well, even with Scotch, the Macallan comes in the airplane bottles,
Yeah, well, that's one
but
of
you
the
don't
few.
hardly find well that and Johnny Walker
Mhm.
will come in the
The
airplane bottles.
Yeah,
Yeah.
some of your bigger name brands that have a huge distribution, yeah.
Yep.
But you're not going to see like Octomore in a small bottle or
No.
Port Charlotte. I've never seen in a small
Ahoy.
bottle. Ardbeg. I've not seen it in a airplane bottle.
No.
Ahoy, groovy.
I know that well, Maker's Mark comes in like a
Yeah,
pint, half pint, whatever. They make a
yeah,
smaller bottle, and it's still, well, it looks like it's been dipped in the wax, but it's a screw off top,
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Way back in the day, you used to buy a few half pints occasionally.
Yeah. All
And they
right. Well,
got
I'm going to go ahead and spin this thing. I see a couple of more hashtags just came in, but we have to speed this up a little bit. So
cheers,
I'm going to
Marty.
go ahead and
Whiskey
do
nose.
this. And good luck, everybody. This is worth 6 entries to the quarterly drawing.
Mm.
Bourbon Nerd.
Black Label 70. Nice. What is Maker's 101 is a screw top. Yep. Gin Ram Black Labeled 7-year. Never heard of it. Oh, Jim Beam.
Oh, Jim Beam. Yeah. Jim Beam, Jack Daniels, they all have the airplane bottles.
The 7-year. I don't think I have.
Yeah, we're not talking about airplane bottles, are we? I was over on the other screen. All right, so here it is. Not everything is rosy. So here's some of the pitfalls. If you deal, and I know I talked about this a little bit earlier with getting with an independent liquor store. If they buy half the barrel, they're going to want their store pick name on it. They're also going to want to have a say in choosing the barrel. And the more people you add to that barrel selection process, and you have to keep in mind, you have to keep this to a reasonable level. You can't go get 50 friends because the distillery is not going to bring in 50 people and hell, you'll empty part of the barrel, trying to taste it. But they'll do 5 or 6 folks, stuff like that, 7. But whose palate is going to reign supreme. You know, you go through all the bourbons, you take all your notes, you discuss with each other, all that. And my suggestion is just to do a democratic approach to it. And the you know, no matter what, the highest vote wins. But if the liquor store is sitting there saying, look, I'm buying half of this barrel, you guys are splitting the other half 5 ways, my vote should count more, you know, type thing. You know, so that's just some of the things to consider when you get into it, and just work all of that out ahead of time. Don't be afraid to lay ground rules, and have the discussion, because it's better to do it up front than it is to wait until you're there and you get in an argument at the distillery over which barrel to pick. So
yeah. Oh, Lori, shoot Bourbon Bounty an email, and we'll hook you up with a couple different samples.
yeah,
We'll
I
send
think
you
I
some,
have. Well,
some,
now send me an email.
light scotch and a couple of light bourbons, maybe a bourbon and a rye. Get you a little mixed bag. Boost Palate Range Supreme Iron Whiskey.
Yeah, yeah.
Not mine. I got a trash palate.
See, Mark would be a good one to have along. He's just good for the wallet. He's like, hey, y'all pick the barrel. I'll go with it.
Y'all pick it up. I can go through and go, I like this one. And that's about it. Oh, why do you like that one? Because it tastes good. I like that one.
It tastes good. Yeah. I like the way it tastes. Yeah.
It's got a good it's got a good taste. Tastes like French fries.
French fried taters.
French fried taters. Mm-hmm. Oh, let's see here. Let's try one of these here Texas whiskeys. What we got in the sample pack tonight?
Hey, I want to try that Tres Hombres.
This one? Good
Yeah,
stuff.
that's easy top. I think I have a sample up here somewhere.
I sent you home with a sample of it. I don't know if you
You know
polished it
what?
off.
I'm going to go look and see if I have it.
But it's quite tasty. I think it's a 100 proofer. Yeah, 100 proofer. This is, I think, the first one. Yeah.
Oh, it's not that.
Yeah, this is ZZ Top 22-1. So the first batch. And it's quite good.
Andalusia. Man, I don't see it. Maybe I drank it already. And I probably drank it while I was drinking a bunch of other shit and don't remember, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Damn, I wish I remembered what it tasted like.
Man, I'm getting some nice fruit notes off of it this time. Dang.
Oh no, don't worry about that, Lori. We'll just send you a few little sample bottles.
Yeah,
and I'll send you some of the. Now I hate to send the Holland's Ghost because it's a limited edition and it's in Virginia. You know, a distillery out of Virginia. It's really really good, but I don't know if you can get it.
Yeah. Well, we'll stick with some stuff that she can get a hold of, you know, and
Yeah.
maybe like a nice fruity scotch of some sort, you know, like a Glenmorangie or Glenfiddich.
Now I will
Something
say
like
that, but I'm going to caveat this.
Glenlivet.
I'm going to caveat what I'm about to say.
Mm-hmm.
I really, really appreciate that my wife got me a bottle of stuff. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not good. It was.
Yep. Some of them aren't.
So don't be fooled if you see this. This is Cleveland Limited Production Christmas Spice Flavored Bourbon Whiskey.
Oh.
It's
Dang.
not very good.
Yeah, it's kind of a cool looking bottle, but
Well, it tastes like bourbon that has like, you know, allspice cinnamon and stuff added to it.
oh, dang,
So it's
yeah.
just not good.
Yeah. All right, cheers, Rick Moreland.
It definitely tastes like spice, though. You know, but it tastes artificial.
Yeah. Well, last time I was in Colorado, down the road, down the hill from where I'm staying, there's a honey place. They produce all their own honey, and they also do whiskey. And they had their whiskey with made from some of their honey, and then they had added cinnamon to it, so it's like a cinnamon whiskey. And the cinnamon in it that he used was like straight up cinnamon stick kind of cinnamon.
Mhm.
It wasn't like the what's the cinnamon whiskey everybody drinks? It's junky.
Oh, you talking about the Fireball?
Fireball, yeah, it wasn't that kind of weird, fake cinnamon taste to it. But
Right.
it was really good, but not really good for like a neat pour, but really good to add to some hot chocolate in the wintertime. Oh, it's fantastic for that.
I'll tell you something that will screw you up, man. That damn apple pie moonshine. That's
I'm well aware of that. I've made my fair share of that, along with
yeah.
a few other ones. Now, one that I made that I really liked that everybody loved, it was a berry moonshine. I had used blueberries, blackberries, and raspberries.
Well, Lori, I already told her I
Man.
didn't like it. That's why I caveated. Hey, I really appreciate the effort, but it wasn't very good. And she
Yeah.
said, "It's okay if you don't like it." You know.
Linkwood, Glen Allecley, and Daddy wine. I'm not sure about that pronunciation.
We did. We were at my cousin's shop. My dad's cousin. I don't know which cousin it is to me. It might be his second, my third, or third and fourth, or I don't know what. But anyway, we were at his shop, and I brought. We had Wild Turkey 101. We had Fireball. We had Maker's Mark. I just brought a bunch of little stuff, over, and we mixed Fireball with Wild Turkey 101 and called it Turkey Balls.
There you go. Pronounced Dal Uni. Okay. That one
All
I'm
right,
not.
I am going to spin this thing. I know I'm rushing this a little, but we have two
That's all right.
spins at the end, so let me go ahead and do this. We'll run through these a little quicker tonight, but good luck, all 16 on the wheel. This is worth 7 entries to the quarterly drawing. And we are about to land on Becca Mud Tramp.
Congratulations.
All right. Congratulations on that. We will stop sharing and
write that one down.
All right. There we go.
I don't know where that one's from.
The next thing to consider is choosing a whiskey. This may sound easy, but it's not. There are many factors to consider. One primary consideration would be the cost. If you choose an expensive whiskey, the cost of the barrel is going to be high as well. If you're working with a group to keep costs down, you all have to agree. I know we discussed that, but barrel prices can range from, and when I say range from around 5,000 plus, that's for your cheap stuff. The average stuff that you would want to drink can be over $20,000 for the barrel.
Dang.
It can go to the moon after that. I mean, you're not going to get a Pappy Van Winkle, for any reasonable price whatsoever. But consider that you get what you pay for. And that's why I haven't pulled the trigger on this yet, because the barrels that we would want to go after, to me, they're just not worth going after. I don't want 100 bottles of Jim Beam. Or Jack Daniels, or now, something like a Wild Turkey, something like that. I don't know. I might consider it. It depends. Though, is it a $12,000 barrel or is it an $18,000 barrel or what?
Yeah.
And that's just part of it. To keep in mind that if you want to go cheap, you're going to get cheap whiskey, whether it's barrel proof or not. It's you're getting it from that base.
Yep. Papa von Schenkel.
But Yeah, no, I've seen those barrel prices down there. All right, I'm gonna pour this Russell barrel. Not Russell. I had Wild Turkey on my mind. The
Russell
Barrel
Creek on the
Foundation
front.
5 year. This is 100 proof. Yeah, that alarm doesn't matter. I'm getting ahead of myself over here on these spins. I almost made myself a
Oh, there we go.
show started.
A what?
When you joined early tonight and I heard you over here, I was really considering making a Moscow Mule. And I was like, do I really want to do that? And then I was like, nah, I'm not going to do that. And then I heard you come on and I was like, yeah, definitely not going to do it now. So you saved me from mixing vodka and ryes and bourbons. But you can also make a Kentucky Mule and but I don't like messing up my bourbon,
Yep. Well, cheers, Jimmy.
Oh, Jimmy's in the house.
Yeah, he's in the theater house waiting on the movie to
start. Yeah, and so he can't be on his phone because people will start throwing popcorn at him. Shredward is here. Now then, this is the I went back down to 100 proof from 114. Barrel Foundation 5 year though. Holy moly. Holy moly, that's my favorite right there. It has a good caramel kick with a little bit of oakiness to it. So it's like a oaky caramel coming through on that one. Scotch, yeah. And I could do that too. I could try what would they call that? A Scottish mule? If I
oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah. I wouldn't want a peaty scotch in it though, not with the lime and the ginger beer.
No. Hey, Shredward. Cheers, brother. Ray Kwani. Well, you got to watch Kathy Bates. It's easy to get on her bad side.
Oh, yeah.
I'm probably on it now.
Too. It's fun, too. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and play this little selfless promotion here, but it's free. It's easy. It only takes a second and it really helps the channel.
Hey, did we go over the 3 samples tonight?
Oh yeah, I got to play the sample video, don't I? Oh shoot, let's do it. All right, so Mark's giving away Texas whiskey. Take it away, Mark. Tell them what they get tonight if they do a super. Well, they have a chance to.
Crowded Barrel. If y'all have heard of Crowded Barrel or like Whiskey Tribe, those guys. This is one of their whiskeys that they come up with. This is Jackalope. It's a they say on the back here, it's a glorious blend of 75% malt whiskey, at least 3-year-old, distilled at Balcones, 22.2% light whiskey that's 15 years old, distilled at MGP, and 2.8% malt whiskey that's 2 years old, distilled at Real Spirits. So it comes in at 100 proofer, quite tasty.
Magnificent beast.
Magnificent beast, the Jackalope. What I'm sipping on right now is some of this Balcones ZZ Top blend, and this one it's made up of 3 Texas-grown grains: corn, barley, and rye, and it's quite tasty. This is the first release of it from 22, and it's really good. This is not my first bottle, by the way.
All right, I got you.
The other one is Treaty Oak. This is a good Texas one here. I don't remember exactly where they're out of, But this one's says 2 years, 11 months, cast strength at 111.4 proof. And this is a Geek Liquor barrel pick, single barrel. So, and it's it's Dripping Springs. Okay, just down the road from me. But it's quite tasty. Pretty dark because it's Texas. What do you expect? We age stuff a little quicker down here.
All right, I was making the wheel right. I was putting these other two in here. All right, I got Bourbon Bitch and Tater Dom. I got y'all in. Trying to stay ahead of that now tonight because we have to get the show on the road. Now, I'm going to go ahead and spin this next one. So let me present this screen right quick, and we will do this hashtag and get a move on. And here we go. Good luck, all 19 on the wheel. 2 of them are mine. If it lands on my YouTube one, it goes to Lori because she's visually impaired. Hard for her to do these hashtags. Isaiah V, congratulations.
Oh, nice. That's the first time he's won one tonight.
Yeah, we have not had a repeat winner, and I don't care if that jinxes us or not.
Yeah. Well, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah. But if it lands on the Facebook one of my entries, it doubles that entry.
Mm-hmm. Full way mark.
Okay.
Right there.
Grab it and come over here and we'll do the next slide. Okay, so here's another consideration. This is not a quick process unless you do this all the time. But if you're trying to work with an independent liquor store and you're trying to get your friends together, let's say you picked I've had Bird Dog. I have a bottle of it over there. Bird Dog used to be better than it is now. They started doing the flavors. Once they start doing flavors, they went downhill. But so let's say you picked the bourbon or whiskey you want. The distillery, and you call them up, or the liquor store contacts them, and they say, "No, we're not offering anything right now. We don't." Our barrels are in the middle of maturation. We have to fulfill our, regular distribution. I don't know if we're going to have barrels to select this year, on this particular whiskey. So you have to check around to see what distilleries, and that may help you decide what you want to get, because you can look at current programs that are open that they are allowing barrel selection from. So, go into it with that mindset that you may want to look and see when those programs may end. So if it takes you too long to get your friends together and all of that, you may miss that window. There's a lot to consider with this stuff, but if they don't have a program open for barrel selection, you're not going to get one. So just keep that in mind. That's just another consideration.
Yeah, but one of the things too is, like, if you do go to the distillery to pick it, sometimes they'll have stuff that's not readily available to a general public. They're not released yet sometimes. So you can always get that stuff in there too. Hey, Gus, how you doing?
Gus the Fuss, how's it going? All right, we are on DPro right now. Hashtag distillery program.
Man, that's ZZ Top, some good stuff.
I bet. This Barrel Foundation 5-year 100 proof is really good. I like it a lot.
Foundation. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get more information about that one. I don't know a lot. The only other one I have of his is his Infinity Blend.
Mm-hmm.
And
I've got. Well, I thought I had one. What's this? Nope, that's Baker Drinks.
I thought he sent you a bunch of it.
Well, yeah, but a lot of the ones that he sent me, I've already drank.
Well, Marty's here, isn't he?
He was earlier.
Yeah, if Whiskey Knows is here. You know what? I don't know if we ever
Infinity Batch 2.
I'll tell you this, though. Well, we may have already done this, but I'm going to do it for him again because we're drinking up all the stuff he sent tonight, so we might as well play this. Thank you, Marty. We are enjoying our pours. About another couple of minutes, and I'm going to spin this one. I know I'm off track a little bit. I'm looking at the time here. If I go 40, it's a 1, 2, 3. I can get 3 more done. I really need to get 3 more done before the top of the hour. So,
Okay. Well, we're moving quite along.
Honestly, I'd rather get 4 done, but hey, that's all right. We're not going to rush it.
Hey, Gandy Road. Cheers, brother.
Gandy Road. I haven't seen you in a while in here. Welcome, welcome.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, before we get to the top now, just FYI, and I know I mentioned this at the beginning of the show, the supers coming in tonight are for the next halfway mark giveaway that is going to be on October 24th, but they're also for the Texas Whiskey Sampler tonight as well.
Yes.
So I just want to make sure that people know they're not getting entries to tonight's wheel, because when you have almost 2,000 entries on the wheel, it's hard to load. So,
yep. But they're getting on the samplers tonight for the Texas whiskey, and those are going to be pretty big.
And the entries start building now for the next halfway mark giveaway, which is that we base it off of a Still Austin Nancy Fraley pick, and that is a $90 bottle of bourbon from Still Austin Distillery. So,
all right, I'm going to pour a little bit of Marty's Infinity Batch Blend 2. Let's see what that one's like.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and spin this thing. I don't see any more hashtags coming in. If you miss this one, don't worry. There will be another one right on its heels, but I'm going to go ahead and share the screen, and we will do 20 folks, man. That's pretty much everybody. All right, good luck, everybody. Here we go. This is for 9 entries to the quarterly drawing. Gus the Fuss walks in the door and just takes it down.
Heck yeah.
That's the way to do it, man.
Heck yeah.
All right. We still have not had a repeat winner on the hashtags tonight. Let's go ahead and jinx it up real good. And that way.
That's odd.
It's odd. Really odd. All right.
That's pretty good right there. Heck yeah.
Now, what happens if we have a repeat winner? Well, I put plus whatever by your name, and we spin again, because we want a unique winner every time. All right, ready to hit the gas. Here we go. So you've done all your homework. You have found an independent liquor store or whatever path you want to take. You have all your ducks in a row, and you're ready to go. Now, here's the consideration. When these liquor stores, independent stores, and these distributors and all this stuff, and they go do these barrel picks, they are at the beck and call. They're going to give you a time and date, and you have to be there. So, do you have personal time off? Can you get off of work, to go do this? And you show up, and you have to get yourself there. They're not going to give you a plane ticket or a gas money. You have to get there. And then you guys are probably, depending on where you live, you're going to have to stay in hotels and all this type of stuff. So just be ready for the road trip, and know that you can't really do it on your time. It has to be when they're doing the program. They'll put you in the slate. They'll tell you a date to come in. You might be able to pick between 1 or 2 different dates or whatever, but you're at their mercy. If you want to buy their barrel, you come when they tell you to. And just be forewarned too that some of the barrel picks happen in the rick house. Rick houses in Kentucky especially are hot as hell. And a lot of people take this more seriously than others. Like some will go and they'll say, hey, wash your clothes in a scent-free laundry detergent. Use scent-free antiperspirant, deodorant. Don't want anything influencing the pick. Now, that's a little over the top, I think. but don't go overboard with the aftershave or whatever. But go in and be ready. The other thing I'll tell you is when you get through, we'll talk about that in a little bit, but you're this is a commitment. This is a commitment. If you want to buy a barrel, it's going to be expensive, and it's a commitment that everybody in your group needs to make, or they don't get to have a choice in the barrel.
Yep.
So,
no spout on a bourbon barrel there.
did I post the hashtag?
Yes,
I did. Yes, I did. Okay. I had to scroll back up and make sure I posted that hashtag.
Cheers, Deland. Sorry about the funeral, but
this is my bum. Yeah. Yeah, that I went on a distillery tour in Kansas City, and that lady, she goes, "Can anyone tell me what this is?" And she points to the hole in the side of the barrel, and I said, "Yeah, it's a bung hole." And she acts so shocked that I knew what that was.
That's where you put your bung.
Yeah, that's where you put your bung in the bung hole.
Yep, you got to beat it in with a hammer. She tight.
Yeah, I saw it. They had one place that they were popping a barrel, pulling the bung out, and it's like a giant wine, corkscrew, and they screw it down in there, and the arms come out on the side of the barrel, and then they can twist the thing or whatever, pull the lever, whatever it is, and it pops that out. Those things are freaking tight in there, man.
Yep.
Because you got to think that's been sitting there for probably years.
Oh yeah.
Depending on the barrel, and it's totally sealed off.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm sure I could add a spout to a barrel there, Sugar Kitty. Not a problem. Oh yeah, Guani. That was on the bourbon soaked Twinkies, chocolate covered. Yeah, I'm down for some of that.
She said, "Who sniffs a corkscrew?" I didn't say anything about sniffing a corkscrew.
Yeah. Nobody sniff a corkscrew. There ain't nothing on there. My cork maybe, just to see if it's corked. Because corks do go bad, and they can ruin a whole bottle of either wine or whiskey. Either one.
Big Daddy said, "Hock to it." You got to spell it right though. It's T. What is it?
HOUK.
Now TAW. Hock to it. Or TUWAH, wasn't it? Was that how they spelled it? Hawk Tua? The Tua part. I forget.
TUA.
TUWAH. I think that's how. No, TUAH. That's the
one. He's got it.
Yeah.
Hawk Tua.
Yeah, I'd have to. Yeah. Google is your friend. Yeah.
There you go.
I mean, she's getting her like it's not even 15 minutes. She's getting her like month and a half of fame off that,
Sugar Kitty, you ain't no 5'3". Now you got to be a little taller than that.
5'3".
Yeah. I know, Becca. Oh, there you go, Sugar Kitty. From my time in the Air Force, we would spit shine our shoes, boots.
Yeah, in the military, in the barracks, you got to hawk to it. You got to spit on them things.
Yep. Spit on the boot. Give it that cloth. They got to be mirror shined.
I used to take the hot water. We'd do like the, how we had the instant coffee grounds, and we'd heat the water and put it, and then just dribble a little bit in the wax, and it softens it. And then you can take the cotton swabs and go in there, and it'll coat real good. And then you dip your cotton swab in there and get it going. And then you just dump your coffee grounds in, and it'll sit there and dissolve while you're shining your, first boot. And then you can start sipping on it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, luckily I don't have to shine boots much anymore. So
All right. Well, we are at time to spin again. I don't see any more hashtags coming in, so we are going to share this screen. We are moving right along here, and we are going to 21 people in here. This is for 10 entries to the quarterly drawing. Good luck, everybody. Boom, Mike Brock. That's a brand new one tonight.
Oh, congratulations.
Man, are we going to have a repeat winner tonight?
I don't know. It's not looking promising.
I'm beginning to wonder.
We got but just a few left, I don't think.
We have 3 left, and I'm gonna try to do 2 before 8 o'clock. So hurry. I just realized this is motor oil with an extra letter. All right. So the next thing to consider, selecting the perfect barrel. Now, if you've never been to a barrel tasting or pick, that what they do is and some of them they vary. Some of them will only give you 2 or 3 barrels to pick from. Some of them give you 5 or 6, or they'll pull. But what they normally do is they pull from different parts of the rick house, different areas. And I've seen them before, where when you go in, you're not at the rick house, and part of the reason for that is some of these smaller distilleries don't have their own rick house. They rent space from other distilleries. They distill their own stuff. They make all their own stuff, but they truck their barrels over and store them and rent space in a different rick house. And they're not really, they don't own the rick house. So what they'll do is they'll pull like 4 or 5 barrels, bring them to the distillery itself. And so you go into a room or a part of the distillery back there, and they will have a map of the rick house, and they'll show you, we pulled from here, 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 and here, and here, So here's all the different barrels. And then they'll, do the feed, the little cheater thing, and then put it in the glass. And the one thing I'll say, though, what's very, very important is you are going to taste some of the strongest stuff. I mean, this has not had any air to it. It hasn't been through the bottling process. I mean, this is straight up from the freaking barrel. So it's going to be hot. It's going to be strong. So if you have 5 barrels to choose from, taste the first one and then go to the next one, but come back and do them, and randomize them in some way, because your palate's not ready for that first one. It's just not. And it's very, very common for people to skip over those first barrels because it was just, I didn't like that one. Ooh, I like this second one better. Ooh, the third one's even better. And by the time they get to the last one, they're just picking the 5th one because their palate's all smooth now. Go back and try the first one again and mix it up a little bit. So that's part of it. The other part is how do you choose among each other where you don't influence each other? One suggestion that I've been given before going through these. Now, I've never purchased, but I've been invited to a couple of these things, is you go in and they say, look, don't say anything until we've tried them all. And then we will go to the side, compare notes, write things down, and then we'll talk about them. And then we'll come back and try different ones again based on our notes that we took. So
try to influence them. This smells like plastic bucket and dead fish.
Dead fish, yeah. But it's just, and they sometimes they give you tips on it and all that. Depends on who you're with and how. It also depends on who the distillery has running the thing, and some of them are more into it than others, and I mean, it's an experience regardless. But
yep. Dang. Let's go. What is this at? Honeycomb. Like honey honeycomb.
Oh, like a wild honey.
Yeah. Like clover honey with the comb. You ever get like a whole chunk of that throw in your mouth?
Yeah.
Dang, that's what I'm getting that off of this one. That was off that Magnificent Beast.
Yeah, you get a couple of little bee butts in there with it, and it makes it taste better.
No, No, it was just it's that straight up like honey, but with
Yeah.
a little bit of I don't know earthiness in there.
That's the bee butts. Extra protein.
You're right, Sugar Kitty. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the dead fish barrel. We'll get it for $100. I want the barrel too.
I know. You,
We're gonna put beer in this barrel next time.
yeah. Well, and that's another thing too, is if you are a home brewer, and you do end up getting a barrel, like you could barrel age stuff.
Yeah, get some barrel aged bourbon and not bourbon, barrel aged beer in it. That'd be good. Get a good stout or something, you know.
Bee butt barrel. That's what.
Mhm.
All right, it is 7:55. I'm going to spin this thing. We are going to get through these last two if it kills me. Here we go. Good luck, everybody, on the STP with a B.
Oh, slow down.
Sugar Kitty.
There we go.
That is
Sugar
the
Kitty
first
finally
one.
got one. Yeah, at least it's toward the end there where you get those extra points on it.
Oh, yeah. All right. There we go. There we go. All right. One more before the top of the hour. And we're going to get it right now. Here we go. This is just a word. It's a hashtag with a word.
Strawberry.
And it is wait.
Sugar Kitty's
like I
bringing
said, if you're wanting stuff fast, don't do this. Just go to the store and buy stuff. But the process is not fast. Once you go through everything above and you've selected your barrel, they put you in line. They put you in line for bottling. And it depends on like what do you want the label to be on the back. We've talked about that a little bit. The if you get with the liquor store, they're going to want their name on there, on the back of the barrel of the bottle. I know 21090 had to pour some Austin on me back there. But it is possible to say it's a joint pick. But they're going to want, if you're there with 5 people, they're going to want y'all to come up with a name for your group, like the NC Boys or the whatever, if everybody's from North Carolina. And then you get a label printed, or they can just put it in white space back there to say this is a J&J Liquor and NC Boys pick or whatever. But all of that type of stuff is all things to consider. But you're going to be waiting a while, and you have to wait for the liquor store to get all the shipment in, and they'll let you know, hey, we got them all in, and then you go pick it up. And we'll get to the last slide here in a little bit, which is going to talk about what you do then. The last thing to consider on the list. So, but there's a lot that goes into this stuff, and it's not just a fantasy good time thing that always works out. Oh yeah, the final aging. Yep. Then yep. TTB, ATF, IRS. Yeah, all the acronyms. They all have to be involved.
Yep. And the IRS, NCAA.
Yeah, NCAA. We're going to
get bottles, then delivery, then the sales,
the WNBA,
yeah,
GDGA.
Yep. One thing after another.
But yeah, it's just it's a lot that goes into it. I just, I like bringing folks maybe some information they didn't know every once in a while.
Oh yeah, information is good stuff.
Yep.
Sugar Kitty's full of it. Good information, that is. Possibly a little good scotch too.
Well, I'll tell you one thing I've learned over the weeks and weeks and weeks we've been doing this with Sugar Kitty here is if Sugar Kitty says it, don't dispute it before you Google it. So we have like almost 100% confidence in what Sugar Kitty posts.
Yes, sir. I agree completely.
Mm.
Man, that is got a great nose on it.
All right, so here we go. We got the warning.
Yeah.
Hope everybody got their hashtags in because we are about to spin this one. There's 23 on the wheel, so here we go. This is worth 12 entries to the quarterly drawing. And watch, we're going to run through every single person again. There's
Nope.
Becca plus 12.
Yep.
All right, there's that one. I
Yep.
don't let the confetti die down on the repeats, but here we go.
That's typical. It usually works out toward the end there,
Yep.
12, 14.
Oh,
Some double.
there's Bourbon Bitch. Oh, that's the first one.
That's the first one for her.
Okay. All right, let me write this down.
Sure, kitty. Hashtag
All right.
butt
Now I'm
stuff.
going to set the last one up, but I'm not going to spin it yet because
There you go. Oh, look, there's Ben.
All right, here we go. And now it is time for. And this is where Mark's going to talk to you while I keep up with all the put me ins that come in. But start put me in.
Okay.
Here we go.
All righty. Good stuff. Hey, Ben, you still driving? And where are you headed?
All right.
Hopefully not heading back up to Connecticut again. Because you need to stay away from Irene Tan store. I mean, come on now. You can't go near that store and without like 2 credit cards in your wallet. Hey, Bourbon Hunter Lee, good to see you. In deeper than Berrywood. Put Ben in way deep.
I will in a minute. I'll put it in way deep. That's what it is.
Sugar kitty. Goodness. I think Sugar Kitty's been hanging around Ben too long.
Yeah, at least they didn't say so far. Well, never mind. I won't go there.
Yeah, don't go there. I think we're still kind of PG-13, but I'm not for sure.
We're kind of an R here and there, but it's a soft.
Okay.
I mean, I drop the F-bomb every once in a while, As long as you don't do it in the first 2 minutes, which hell, the intro's 2 minutes long.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but if you get crazy and you start using like too much, it can cause a problem.
Did you miss Kwani?
No.
Okay.
I'm only on Gandy right now.
Oh, well, hey, slacking over there.
I'm writing them.
Okay. Let's see. I need to be get away from some of these bourbons and go for a nice little light scotch of some sort. Ah, there we go. Little sample. Loch Lomond, 18-year-old, first fill American oak, 46%. Nice and light.
See, one of the problems is we have so many people joining now that I can't abbreviate like I used to.
Yeah.
Because some of, so I have to write more down.
Okay. Dang sugar. Oh, it's okay, Becca. You can be bad. We don't care. Mmm. Hey, that's pretty good. It's got that Sugar Kitty. Where is Loch Lomond? Is that Campbelltown? Dang. That's quite interesting.
I will say it's quite possible I could miss somebody, but I am going to read these off when I'm done.
Good. Oh, yeah. Loch Lomond's is good. That's quite good.
Okay.
Bourbon Syndicate's got his top 5 bourbons on there. I'm going to check that out when we get off of here.
That's probably getting close to all of them. Okay, I'm going to read these names off. If I do not call your name for whatever reason, I missed your put me in entry. If you do not hear your name called, please type put me in the chat, and I will write your name down. I have Mr. Great Shot, Lori, Big Daddy H, Sugar Kitty, Fulton Mraz, YKB, Becca Mud Tramp, Rigger Wonka, Gandy Road, Bourbon Bitch, Isaiah V, Kathy Bates, Bourbon Hunter, Lee, Whiskey Uncensored, Uncensored. Yeah, he is uncensored. Cody O, Gawani Ostinaco, Mike Brock, Bourbon Nerd, Gus the Fuss, Tater Dom, Peter White, and Bourbon Syndicate. If you did not hear your name, then I did not get you down for the put me in. Please type it in now.
You hear Guani?
I did.
Okay. Gotta make sure Guani's in there.
Yep.
Man, that's Sugar Kitty. Where is Loch Lomond? Is it a Campbelltown or somewhere in that neighborhood? Loch Lomond's a large facility with a number of stills every time you imagine.
Yeah, Gawani, I'm able to handle it right now. I've got my process down, but if we keep growing, it might become a bit of a challenge. Okay, I don't see any more put me ins coming in, so I'm going to go ahead and do this right here.
How about Rigger Wonka? You got him in there?
I got Rigger.
Okay.
Yep. Yep. All right. So now, just because I put me in does not mean
it's Highland. Oh, okay. Thank you.
So it does not mean that we've stopped. It goes till the end of the show, but we are going to go ahead and move forward. Put it in all caps, whatever. Yeah, Kathy Bates. Did I say Kathy Bates? Yes, I did. Kathy Bates is in there. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and get this next hashtag posted here, and then we'll talk about the spins to the ends. So the last slide is, what do you do now? So to give you an idea of how this would go is, let's say you have 5 friends and a liquor store takes half, and you end up with 240 bottles, which is pretty common out of a barrel. It depends on the age. It depends on the conditions in the rick house. You could get anywhere from 214 to, let's say, 260 bottles out of a barrel.
Wow.
That leaves 120 bottles, because the liquor store is taking half, for you to split between 5 people. That's 24 bottles apiece. If the distillery packages 12 per case, you have 2 cases of bourbon or whiskey. So just be aware of that. That's going to cost you, if the barrel was $6,000, that's going to leave you paying $600 a piece, and that's $25 a bottle. So, of what you're going to get. Now, there's also taxes, though. So, let's say you have to pay 10% tax. You're going to be paying $660 or whatever.
Yeah.
But
add that to it. Talking what, $35 a bottle, basically?
Yeah.
That ain't bad.
Yeah, $31, $32 a bottle. Yeah. So it's not bad, but that's a cheap barrel. That's a cheap barrel. When you start looking at these barrels, you're going to see it's not uncommon to see $24,000 for a barrel.
Wow. Holy crap. I didn't realize it was that expensive.
Yeah. Some of them can be. And those aren't like knock your brains out really good stuff either, So, but anything you multiply from, like if you're paying $90 a bottle for a barrel proof, well, multiply that by 240. I mean, you're there already.
Yeah.
So, that's just a lot to consider when you go into this. It's not going to really save you a lot of money, and you're also going to end up with a whole bunch of the same whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
depending on how you do it and how you split it.
Yep.
Yeah. So there we go. We are on the last hashtag. And while we're waiting on this last hashtag, I'm going to let people know right quick because this is a giveaway show. It does not get you in the entry for the halfway mark giveaway tonight, but we are giving away samples tonight on the spin. And for every $1, you get 2 entries to the samples. Let me play that video to let you know it's Texas whiskey tonight. So we're giving away a pour of the Magnificent Beast, the ZZ Top Tres Hombre, and what was the other one?
Treaty Oak.
Yeah, Treaty Oak.
Treaty Oak at Dripping Springs.
Now, for every $1 given, you get 2 entries to the samples tonight, the next halfway mark giveaway on October 24th. And you get 2 entries to the regular quarterly drawing. So I just want to make sure that everyone has a chance. If you want to get in on that, you can. YKB made me do it. Is that for you, YKB? I'm assuming that's for YKB.
No, she just said YKB made her do it, so that's for her.
Okay, well, I'm not sure.
As far as I can say. Now, I'm not going to put words in her mouth because, she's liable to spit them back out and slap me in the face with them.
Okay, YKB. All right, okay. I got it. All right,
there
now let me go put YKB on the wheel. And more YKBs.
Yes.
Where is YKB?
Oh,
there. Because I put the whole thing. All right, here we go. I didn't put YKB. I put You Knows Bro. All right. All right, got wheels good. Wheels good.
All right. We back to good.
We are back to good. And I have drank a lot of water. So while people are putting these hashtags in, I'm going to go see a horse about a guy or something.
Bros, I'm not saying it. I'm not getting into that. Oh, no. You ain't sucking me in. Oh, Rusty, now you do win occasionally, but it's okay. Oh man, this one's quite tasty. Sugar Kitty, suggest a scotch that I might have for my next little pour. And I'm thinking something peaty. I'm gonna have to go from some of that Art American. Thanks, Kathy. I appreciate it. Dang. The Loch Lomond 18. Sure, you're kidding. That was good. I still got a little bit left of that. That was quite tasty. I like that one. Not liable to get a lot of those older scotches. I lean more toward the like the 10, 12-year scotches. Those are quite tasty. Well, I mean, I like whiskey. So, up here I got bourbons, I got rye, I got scotch, I got Irish, different stuff.
All righty. And one more time, I'm going to play this because it's free. It only takes a second and it really helps the channel. All right, guys, we are down to it. So let's do it. We are going to spin for this last hashtag, which is worth 14 entries to the quarterly drawing. So let's go ahead and do that now, and then we have 2 drawings to do. All right.
Well, yeah, Guani, you didn't notice? What the heck?
Good luck, everyone.
It's just a light one. Yeah. I get home and okay.
Boom! Look at this.
Hey,
Look at this.
way to go, Ben.
Wow, that's the first one tonight for Ben.
Come in there and get the big one on the end.
Becca is the only one. Well, Peter White had a double entry at the beginning because it landed on me, but Becca was the only repeat winner tonight. So we have that. And we are done with that tab, so I can get rid of it. Now we are going to spin for the samples first tonight. So we will do that here in just a few minutes. But yeah, hopefully, if anyone has any questions or anything, I'm going to change the scroll down here at the bottom because I need the winners. If you haven't already excuse me, gosh, man, this bourbon's giving me the belchies. If we have not already been in contact, like we have not already sent you something or whatever, either way, email me at bourbonbounty2019@gmail.com if you win tonight and say, hey, I won the samples or I won, this or that. So it's scrolling across the bottom. So either one of these spins, reach out, and it's bourbonbounty2019@gmail.com. So we are
send that information to him, and then he's going to forward it to me, and I will get your stuff packed up. The samples are already packed up. The bottle I'm going to have to package up, and I need to know as far as the bottle goes. Do you want the Nancy pick? Do you want the red corn, the 5-year-old bottled and bond red corn, or last year's bottled and bond blue corn? Because that's the ones that I have right now.
Oh, do you have the package close by? Of the samples?
Yeah. Right behind me.
I was going to show them. We're getting all fancy here on this show. This is the size of box that you can expect to get because we ordered a bunch of these boxes. And so I sent 50 of these little boxes to Mark, and I have 50 boxes here. Of course, they're not folded up yet in our original packaging, but this is exactly the size you're going to get with these samples. And yeah, it's we're getting all fancy. We're not recycling Amazon boxes anymore. This is it right here.
Doing good.
Yep, doing good. It's 6x3x4, and it works really, really well with Pirate Ship. And we're saving money doing it.
And thanks again, Rusty, for that.
Oh yeah, that's really helping us out a lot.
Oh heck yeah.
Uh-oh. All right, so we are going to spin now. So we're going to do the samples first. So this is tonight, right? This is tonight. This is not the halfway mark. This is the samples.
Awesome, Rusty.
Samples.
Okay.
For tonight. And if you don't win the samples for tonight, you still have more chances. So here we go. And we actually get to see the names on here because there's not 1,100 entries. So let me shuffle these up real good and hit spin.
All right. Who's it going to be?
Texas whiskey. Here we go. Bourbon bitch.
Is it bourbon? It is.
All right. Definitely need you to send me an email. Well, I'm going to write this down.
Bourbon bitch, please send an email to Bourbon Bounty, and he will forward it to me, and I will get it shipped out to you. If you get, depending on how quick you get it to me, because I'm headed to the coast tomorrow. My wife's birthday, so I'm taking her down to the coast of the Gulf, basically. I'm going to hang out there for the weekend.
Well, we're going to give it a few more minutes here. Now, that was for the samples tonight, so that's over with. We'll go for next week, but I don't have to keep track of it. I'll write it in a different spot. But Mark gets to do things this week because it just so happened the samples landed on you this week, and it's the halfway mark giveaway. maybe it will return the favor to me, and it'll be my night with the also the 3 different things I have to ship, on the
Yeah.
quarterly drawing. So
Oh
I,
yeah, no worries.
I haven't added up the weeks yet, so I don't know who it's going to land on.
Man, that Kill-Homan for a young distillery as they are doing some fantastic work. They really are. They're putting out some fantastic whiskey.
She says fire. Kathy gonna yell fire before the next spin. Oh, it won't matter. It's going to land on who it lands on, and you do not have to be present to win for the samples or the halfway mark. So,
Yep.
But if Bourbon Bitch is still here, hopefully, bourbonbounty2019@gmail.com and get me that email. Or if you had to leave, but you're coming back and looking at it later, here we go. RB, you're a little bit late there. We had to get through the hashtags early, so we ran through them really fast. But you are in on the wheel here coming up in just a few minutes. Okay, great. And so RB, you do have entries on this wheel coming up. So it only takes one to win. There's but there are 17. Let me look. 1,774 entries.
Dang.
Yeah,
that's a lot of entries.
That's a lot of entries. It's not near as big as the quarterly giveaway. Oh, RB. Okay, I got you. Yep. I got to put me in there.
And Teresa Lagrira.
Teresa, yeah, you got to type "put me in" there.
Yep.
I mean, rules are rules. You got to just.
Well, yeah, got to follow the rules. But hello, Teresa. How you doing?
Teresa Laguera. And when it comes from Teresa,
Wooden Metal Garage, that sounds like a place I'd like.
Oh yeah, Wooden Metal, and Teresa, just type those "put me ins" in the chat. There's Teresa, and I'll get you written down here.
Matter of fact, let me see here. When they go to channel. Oh, he's got some paintings.
There it is.
Put in coffin and porch. Oh, it's members only.
I did get, why can't these in? All right. So we are down to 8:22 now. I'm giving it a couple more minutes here, and then we'll spin for this last one. I do have a 20-second on the wheel tonight. I did extend that out. I did get Wooden Metal. Yeah, I got it. I have the "put me in" down there. I'm trying to watch the chat to see if anyone else is coming in to get the "put me in." But we're about to spin for the bottle, and it is now. Here's your choice. The spin is based off of a Still Austin Nancy Fraley pick at full octane. Here it's cask strength, but it's a $90 bottle. The other ones, there's the red corn and blue corn. If you would like one of those, they are $10 cheaper.
Now, I will tell you that the blue corn and the red corn are both bottled and bond, 100 proofers.
100 proofers.
The blue corn is last year's, 2023. The red corn is this year's, and it's a 5-year-old, not 4, bottled and bond. And then the Nancy pick is it's also of June of this year, and this proof is at 122.707.
Ooh, that's a good proof right there.
So yeah, it's pretty good proof point. And if you want the tasting notes, I can tell you. The nose, she says, cornbread with orange blossom honey butter, marzipan candy, and pipe tobacco. And the palate, it's Appalachian apple stack cake, ginger snap cookies, cinnamon toast with maple syrup, and the tart cherry cobbler. And then on the finish, English trifle, caramel flan, butter pecan ice cream with shaved Ceylon cinnamon bark. Never heard of that one, but it's quite good.
Well, I'll tell you this: either Nancy has a much better palate than I do, or she has a much better, or probably both, much better repertoire in talking about the notes because I wouldn't have come up with half that shit. I can tell you that already.
Yeah, I mean, she's been around the world quite a bit and tasted lots of different stuff. And her memory of
Oh
things,
yeah.
noses and taste is just it's photographic. It's
All right,
great.
so here we go. This is for the bottle. My alarm went off. So here we go. We are going to spin for this is, and Bourbon Bitch, you have also entries in for this one.
Yep.
A lot of people here do. So it would be a sweep if you got the samples and the bottle. So wow, there's a lot of entries. I'm going to shuffle a few times and hit spin. Here we go. This is it.
All
I do
right.
have it on a 20-second spin, so it's going to go for a little bit here.
Who's it going to be? Ain't no way I can tell at all.
Yeah, we can't tell.
It's way too tiny for me to see. Who is it?
And
Slowing down.
Kathy Bates. Oh my God.
It's rigged. It's rigged. It's so rigged.
All right, Kathy, you got the bottle, the halfway mark. HMG.
So let me know which one do you want, so I know which one to set aside.
And that is it. Kathy Bates got the bottle.
I think
But
she would like this one.
I'll tell you this: everybody that entered for the samples tonight is also still entered for the next halfway mark giveaway, and you get extra entries for the quarterly drawing too. So there you go.
Yep.
So it's a triple.
I know,
entry.
Sugar Kitty. Oh, look, Wooden Metal Garage. He's brand new here, and even he said rigged. What the hell?
I'll tell you what's rigged. Kathy rigged it for herself because she gives a lot. She gets a lot of entries. So, I mean, it only takes one entry, but
exactly.
The more tickets you buy, the
more entries you have, more better of a chance you have. But still, it only takes one chance.
Well, it only takes one, and we've seen it end up this way, that way, and all of that. And I'm about to get to 2-minute warning here, but if anyone hasn't put me in yet, because it is still open. If you're here and you're don't be shy, just type "put me in the chat," and you get 2 entries to the quarterly drawing.
Oh, look, Gwani said Kathy Bates wanted him to have her winnings.
Mm-hmm. Well, if she does, she'll email and say, "Give it to Gwani." Yeah, and when you email, I will email you your options. If you choose the blue corn or red corn, I will also include 4 2-ounce samples of North Carolina bourbon in that because it's $10 cheaper than the other one.
There you go. Now, if you're going to be sipping on it, Kathy, if you're going to be sipping on these, I would suggest this one. I think you would really like that one.
That's the blue.
It's the blue corn. Yeah, it's quite good, and it's a lower proof than the Nancy pick, so it's easier to sip on. But
that Nancy pick's going to give you full throttle flavor, and it's gonna smack you in the face. Yeah,
exactly. So if you like to get beat about the head and shoulders, the Nancy pick is more way to go. But
she said blue corn it is. So we'll do that, and I will package up those 4 North Carolina bourbons. The one package will come from him, the other one will come from me.
Yep. And so, I've got Kathy's address.
So let me write this down. Blue corn plus NC samples. There we go. And I'll get that packaged up in our new handy dandy little box that we showed earlier. We love showing our box. And we'll get that sent out to you. So
hey, speak for yourself there,
Yeah, well, I don't really have a box. But anyway, I have that box. I ordered it from Amazon. So if you need a new box, you can just order one from Amazon. There we go. We are at the end of the show, guys. Hope everybody had a good time. Woohoo! It was a halfway mark giveaway. Congratulations to Bourbon Bitch and Kathy Bates on the wins tonight. And congratulations for everybody else getting multiple entries here to the quarterly drawing. And we're going to sign off, guys. See you later.
Peace, love, and whiskey, y'all. Cheers.
Peace, love, and whiskey.